everyone and welcome back. Firstly, I just want to say we've been away for, well, we didn't film last week because we've done a lot of work inside the chateau and we wanted to just get everything done, everything cleared so that we can then move on to the big jobs like replacing lintels, beams and starting the roof. So we've got a lot to show you today, so I'm not going to talk too much, but you will see a huge change, and now we can see inside the chateau what actually needs doing. Floors we can see under where there was piles of rubble. So yeah, let's go and have a look. So we had last week the two guys that Stan has got from the lycée, the two young guys, and they have cleared this area. So before there was a fallen down tree and loads of overgrown brambles over it. So that's all gone now and it looks much clearer. So also this area down the side of the chateau was all overgrown with ivy, and this wall here was completely overgrown and it had like a massive tree of ivy growing on top. Obviously this part is still here and we are slowly chopping away at it, but it is really stuck and it's really thick trunks from the ivy, so this will have to be done slowly, but it looks much clearer. I pulled all of the weeds from the path. Yeah, it's a lot wider and it looks smart. And as you can see here by the statue, it's all been cleared as well by those young guys, and they did it really quick. They've done a really good job, and now we can see the statue and looks quite good. You can't quite see it yet from the chateau, but from the bit in front you can see it, and it's nice to see the whole thing and not just because we could only get it from behind where we cleared it last time. So let's go into the old director's, or what was the old director's apartment, and these two boxes were full of just paper and everything, but we found some cool stuff inside. We found a broken statue of, I believe it's Mary. She's holding a child, but the child head is missing. I didn't find that. And we found a few crosses and some stone with carvings in it, and yeah, lots of cool stuff, so we'll have a look at that another time, but we have found loads of cool stuff up in the attic as well, which we'll show you. But let's go in here first. So this room before, all the lintels broke, and then everything that was above the lintels was on the ground. It's all been cleared as much as possible. Obviously you can see now the damage it's done to the floor. We've tried to keep as much stuff as possible that we can recreate panelling and window frames and stuff like that, and all of the rocks that were above the windows as well have been kept so they can go back above the lintels when we replace them. So this is the room off of the one we were just in, and this was being used as a shower room and probably a kitchen as well at one point. But now we can come in here and see it, and yeah, it's not too bad in here actually. I think just all that's going to have to be done in here is we're going to have to take some walls down and replace them, and obviously at some point we're going to have to take out, I can't open that anymore, but take out this old shower cubicle, and yeah, looking good. But it's good to see it clear because you can really see the damage and what needs changing, and it looks a lot better than actually we thought. Yeah, let's go to the next room. And again, this one is in quite a bad state. Obviously all of the lintel and the window frame and everything's fallen off, but It just means that we can now get in here, it's clear, and it can be fixed without having to do all of that clearing and tidying before. So let's go down the corridor. Nothing much has changed here. It was already clear. Just to poke your head in here a second, Stan has already put his bed. Now it's getting warmer, I think he's planning to sleep here quite often, so this is probably going to be Stan's bedroom. Don't know if that bed's a bit small for him though. Right, again, in this room, we had mountains of mud and stone and bits of window and glass, and it's all been cleared. So that means we can see the damage, we know what needs fixing, we can just get on with it now. And again, it looks worse than what it is. Once we get lintels in and everything back in place and we can get some windows put back, it's going to look really good. And these rooms in here aren't actually in that bad of a condition. So. Got a little room here. It wasn't too bad in here, but we've had a little tidier. And again, this room is in really good condition. So it won't take a lot to start making this building look much better. I think at the moment it's just going to look worse before it looks any better. Right, so let's go up to the next level, and you're going to see a huge change up there because it was really, really bad upstairs. So not much has been done in this area apart from what obviously we cleaned. We can't do anything else really until we've stabilised that beam, and then we can start clearing the rest of the mess in here. But this room's a bit too dangerous to work in at the moment. So these corridors weren't too bad, but there was a lot of wallpaper that had fallen off, and again, just mess everywhere. This room is now full of mattresses, so the attic space upstairs, the proper attic space, was full of beds, metal frames for the beds and mattresses, and as you can see they are quite gross, so we've managed to get them out of the attic. But now we need to get rid of these. So this room isn't clear at the moment, but it will be. And in here, when I was pulling off some of the wallpaper, there's some bats living or sleeping behind the wallpaper. So I'm not going to touch that. Not that I'm scared of bats, but I don't want to disturb them. Yeah, so there's bits of wallpaper, that's because there are bats living behind it. So this room, again, it had loads of rubble on the floor. Now it's in a really bad condition, this floor. All of the walls are going to have to come down and be rebuilt. And you can see through to the next rooms in here, but it's clear, so it means that we can start the work. So I don't think anyone's been inside this room, but yeah, so I don't think any of you have been inside this room, and it wasn't too bad in here. There was just a lot of mess and wallpaper on the floor, and you couldn't really see it, and we didn't know whether it was safe to walk in, but as long as you're not standing under the windows, it's quite safe. So it's all been cleared. We've got a nice wardrobe in here. So rooms like this, we've left sort of lights and things like that, because as you pull them down, it does pull a lot of plaster and stuff off the ceiling, which I don't want to do. So we're going to wait for Stan to do it, because he wants to do everything really slowly, gentle, just to try and preserve as much as we can. Obviously we can't save everything, but what we can, we're going to try to. So things like that will have to stay for now, and like cables and things. I don't know if this one was a mess. Well, this is the end of this floor, so it's all been cleared. It's not clean at all. We've still got a lot of dust and mess everywhere, but it's in a workable state now that we can see damage, we can see floors, we can see walls. So yeah, really chuffed. And Stan hasn't seen any of this yet. I've only sent him a few photos, so I hope when he comes back he's going to be quite happy that he hasn't got to clear out any more rooms. So now we're going to go back up to the attic space. I know obviously we cleared most of that, you saw that, but there is the actual proper attic space, so let's go and have a look. It's dark up here. Right, so yeah, this is all empty, and I know most of you saw how full up it was of stuff.
Be careful, Sadie.
Yeah.
There's a hole.
Yeah. So we've taken out all of the insulation. Obviously there's still bits and pieces on the floor, but it's not that safe to come in here and really clean it that much. But at least we can see now there's a hole in the floor. And yeah, we can get to stuff, because when Stan starts the roof, this is the side he's going to start first. And it needs a new chimney put in, because they cut the chimney breast off. Yeah, but you can see that actually all of the wood in here is absolutely fine, so it will just be a case of replacing tiles. So there's still rooms that we can't gain access to clear, but again, they're not really, it's not that much that needs clearing in these rooms, just a little bit of rubble and wallpaper, but we will get to it once the beams underneath are stabilised. So we found some cool stuff in there. For instance, downstairs in the entrance hall by the front door, we're missing some tiles. There's a few up here. We found one of them isn't intact, but I think the other part of that is downstairs. And then we found, I don't know what these actually are or where they're from, because they don't ring a bell to me, but there's loads of these like little curved tiles. Not sure where they would have been from, if they're old or if they're new, I don't know. So we've kept them anyway. But also we found some original light switches of the Chateau. So here, I mean, they're not original. I would say they're probably not that old, but some of them are. We've got some porcelain ones. And I'm not sure if they're all in this one or in this one. Oh no, they're in here. Yeah, so you've got some old porcelain, what would have been light switch mounts, and some old gas lamps, which I would think these fitted on. So they're really old, brass ones. That's a really cool find. And yeah, there's quite a lot of little bits in here, like an old like lock for a door. That would have been original. But yeah, some cool finds like this. I have no idea what that is. Some kind of kitchen utensil, I would think. And yeah, there's loads of like little brass bits. I think anything that got broken in the Chateau, they put up in the attic to keep it safe. So yeah, some cool finds. Also, we found loads of lumps of marble. So I don't know whether they're from old fireplaces. I would expect they are. There's some bigger pieces just there. So I would think these are from fireplaces at some point. They're really heavy, so I can't actually pick them up. And there's a few more over there by the door, so some cool finds in there. Right, we're just going to go back down the stairs, and there's some smaller rooms that were full of rubbish, and now they've been cleared. So this area here was completely caved in, full of mud and rubble. That's all been cleared, and actually below that is a toilet that Stan's been using, and every day we had to clean it out because mud kept falling through the floor. Well, now he doesn't need to clean it anymore because it can't fall through. Right, let's go in here. So this, just a few small rooms. It's quite dark, but they have all been cleared of rubbish. So we've got this one. So again, I don't really know what they used this room for. I think it was just storage, but not in that bad condition. Just, we do need a new window because it's broken in here. And then let's go this way. Now, I have actually never been in this room because it was so full of stuff that I didn't know how, like, what the condition of the floor was. But it's actually fine in here, and I would have thought, because this was full of like blankets and stuff like that, whether this would have been some sort of laundry room or I don't know. But there was a lot of ironing boards and stuff in here. And then there is one more room which we won't clear yet because it's really dangerous. You can poke your head through, but just don't go in. But the whole ceiling is caved in, and above that is a whole bathroom. It's quite heavy stuff, so we don't want to work in there just yet. It's all been cleared. So as you can see in these bags, it is just mud, plaster and little bits of rocks and stuff through the whole of them. And we have a problem because we went to the déchetterie, and normally they would take this as it is and it all goes in one bin. But now they've changed the rules there. They've changed it so you can only take 1.5 cubic square meters of rubbish a day, and you cannot have plaster mixed with the mud and the rocks. They're saying that it doesn't go in the same bin anymore. So we have a problem that all of the ceilings are falling down with the plaster and mud and rocks, and it's all mixed together, and it would take us a hell of a long time to have to sort everything. So now we're not going to take it to the déchetterie anymore. We're going to get a big metal, it's called is it a ben in French?
Yeah.
A ben, or in English it's called a skip. So we're going to get a couple of those. It's all going to go in there. It's less hassle because we go there and they won't take stuff, and then we can't take everything, and it's just too much work. So it's all going to stay for now until we can get a ben here, a skip, and we're just going to empty it all in. Much easier. So that is the director's apartment up there. So now we can see through the ceiling. So in here is the toilet. It probably stinks in here, but you can see like up into the next room. So this is where all of the rubble was upstairs, and it just kept falling down every day, a little bit, a little bit. This is all the same. So yeah, the downstairs is already cleared anyway, because we've done that a long time ago. But now it's all cleared, so we will be able to get on with proper work. So Stan has been away for a week and a half, and he's going to be away for the rest of the week finishing a job. This job means that we can pay or finish paying for all of the tiles and get the roof started. We've got some wood here already that we can use for new lintels, for new windows. So you're going to see a lot of change quickly because now we haven't got to do all of that work. It's been done last week. I had a bit of help from my mum and dad. We've got two guys here working, Kevin and Maximilian. So yeah, we've had lots of people here, and we've just got it done because it's a headache. And now it's not. It's done. So I want to say thank you all for watching. Apologies for not being here last week. Again, like I say, it's just a job that we wanted to get over and done with, so you haven't got to watch us filling up white bags every day, basically, and you're going to see some proper work being done. So we'll see you all again in the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.